What's up, guys? Jackson Moore here, the based analyst, as I do refer to myself. This video is why Alabama is going to beat Georgia in the SEC Championship in less than 5 minutes. Let's pull up my notes. Let's go over this and let's get this wrapped up quickly. So first off, Alabama has played a much more difficult schedule. They're way more battle tested on both sides of the ball. So first metric, I did top 50 defenses, but since they had some similar opponents in here, I decided to go down on Alabama's list until they got to that last metric, just to kind of show some similarities, but also the differences. So first off, we've got A&M and Texas as the best two defenses Alabama's played. For UGA, it's Missouri and Tennessee. We can see the ranks here: 10 and 27 for Texas and A&M, and then 39 and 40 for Mizzou and Tennessee. Opponent adjusted. This is the only one I know. Texas was ranked 6. Obviously some of these metrics can be changed, but for the most part, they're pretty standard. Texas just has a much higher opponent adjusted metric, so I included that. So, you can just see here, Alabama's played 6 top 58 defenses. Georgia has played 5, but the top 2 Alabama's played to kind of, you know, make the difference is the A&M and the Texas teams. Those defenses are much better than anything Georgia has faced, especially once you adjust for the opponents, and Texas is 6th. Let's just move on. This is going to be quick. Let's go to the offenses. This one, it's not really close, honestly. Alabama has played the number 1 offense in the country. They've played the number 14 offense in the country, the number 16, and the number 18. There's the similarity between the two, Ole Miss and Tennessee, 16 and 18. But then, after that, UGA, 81 and 89. And like I said, I wanted to include it down to their last one, so it's 89. Alabama had A&M, that's 53. The A&M game was much harder on both sides of the ball than anything Georgia's faced in terms of the evenness. They've got the ranked 53 defense and the ranked 10 defense, 53 offense, and I believe Georgia was able to host them at home. Actually, sorry, they didn't play. Alabama was able to host them at home this year. Next, strength of schedule kind of goes into what I was just saying, where Alabama's the 31st. I'm an idiot. Strength of schedule, UGA is 59th. Some insights I included that Bama has the best secondary in the country. Some of the throws that Carson Beck has made over the course of the season work against some of these lesser teams. I just don't think they're going to work against Georgia. And I call that out here in this next one. It's a trend. It's not something that happens. When you notice these trends as a fan, I mean, you're good. It's most likely going to happen. Like Beck can show up big time, have the best game of his career, and prove me wrong. But what's most likely is he's going to make those throws, and they're either not going to hit or they're going to be picked off. And interceptions and turnovers are going to be the story of this game, especially if it's a shootout. Because I'm not so sure that Georgia's defense has seen an offense like Bama. I think Bama's offense has been better than Ole Miss, especially over the last half of the season. And I don't think that they've played a defense as good as Bama. Realistically, UJ is going to be in kind of a shock this game, whereas Bama has the battle testedness. They've seen better than Georgia on both sides of the ball. The only thing Georgia has that I do think we need to give them credit for is their third down conversion percentage. I believe it is second in the country, and it's some absurd rate. Obviously, you do have to factor in some of the opponents they play to make that happen, but still, nonetheless, it's impressive. Milroe, I think he can be the difference maker. If he turns the ball over, it'll be a close game or blowout. But if he's able to use his legs well and extend plays and keep drives alive, I think Bama has this in the bag. I don't even think it'll relatively be close. In addition, UJ has to be able to run the ball effectively. I don't think Bama has showed much weakness against the run outside of the Iron Bowl, but 1, Hugh Freeze has Saban's number, 2, it's the Iron Bowl in Jordan-Hare, and 3, they're a run-heavy team. When a run-heavy team is a run-heavy team, they're going to dominate. It's like 250 rushing yards for any other team. It's like, oh my God. But then you factor in they had like 59 passing yards, like, oh, okay. They threw the ball like 10 times, 15 times. I think two plays were the entirety of his passing yards. And lastly, we're going to compare similar opponents. Ole Miss, Auburn, Kentucky, Tennessee. I do give the edge to UGA. They actually, their best games were in the similar opponents outside of Auburn. They blew out Ole Miss. They blew out Kentucky. They blew out Tennessee. Alabama's were pretty close against Ole Miss and Tennessee. Neither team had any second half points, which is important to note. Alabama is Iron Bowl. I don't count that, but UGA also struggled in Jordan-Hare. Some crazy shit always goes on. And then Kentucky, Bama did play away, so I do give them a little bit more credit. Some of those touchdowns Kentucky had, if you watch the game, were kind of stupid. The referees kind of did give them 7 to 14 points, specifically in the second half. But yeah, we just wrapped that shit up in 5 minutes, guys. I hope you enjoyed my amazing, articulate breakdown of this game, right? I mean, obviously, statistics don't tell the whole story, which is why I think the trends and the insights you can pick up from these games is going to be the difference maker. You know, if Beck makes the throws, it's going to be a different game than if his trend of bad passes, his receivers kind of bailing him out, if that continues, if they can't run the ball as well as they should be able to, those are some trends. And if they're able to do that, Georgia will either, you know, I don't think it'll be blowout, but Georgia can win the game. But I do like to lean Bama, especially with Nick Saban. I don't think you can ever count Nick Saban out. Alabama's underdogs. They're 7-0 in Mercedes-Benz. I mean, guys, come on. I'm never going to pick against my team. Yes, they are my team. I'm a little biased, but I'm just compiling some statistics to prove to you how I think Bama has the edge here and some insights and trends. Yeah, it's under 5 minutes, almost 6 now after my rant, but I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you.